4th in chips coming into this one. Small blind.
275.
275.
Understandable 3-bet out of Saliba. Sizable as well. Petrangelo as the chip leader. Going to be opening quite wide.
Yeah, you expect some friskiness out of that seat. And he did see Rast 4-bet and get it into the bin earlier, so he might be thinking there's some raised folds in there. And now just consider 2 little words would pile so much pressure onto the back of Saliba, who's got 2 shorter stacks than his out there. Granted, Schulman's neck and neck with him coming into this pot, but
is that 650 or 620?
620. Yeah.
Really could even just consider calling here. Keep those worse aces in play. He does just come with the call, Ali.
bit surprising.
That's it.
That's kind of cool.
Of course, never one to question the greatness that is Nick Petrangelo. And on the topic of great, feast your eyes. Ace, queen, deuce, rainbow. And boy, I don't know whether or not there's an escape hatch. Certainly not for the time being for Saliba, who's just 2%. Running king 10 or running jacks.
Just dire straits for Saliba. So unfortunate to have flopped top pair after 3-betting. But you would imagine he's concerned with Petrangelo to some extent.
Well, nevertheless, he will ask a question as he follows through for 170 of his 620 back. And now once Petrangelo sticks around, Brent, you're starting to get a little uneasy, are you not?
You have to be.
Check.
And really kind of holds the deck, Brent.
Oh, this check back by Petrangelo here, Ali, was so slippery.
We block the aces if we're Saliba.
Check.
Cold decks happen. Of course, Saliba understands that. He could be up against top set. It could be top 2, exactly the case. He might get sick on the table when Petrangelo rips it.
410,000.
At 410.
Note what Petrangelo's doing here. He doesn't doubt that he has the best hand. And obviously a bet of 450 would mean curtains for Saliba. But he's bet 410, Brent, and walk us through exactly why that is.
Well, he's going to allow him to remain in the game. If he were to call right now, he's not eliminated. Just remarkable awareness by Petrangelo. Oh, listen to Saliba. He said it. He said it.
Ace, queen off. Zero's in exactly right.
Yeah.
And ace, queen. Rast. Limping in, obviously the inconvenience of being to Petrangelo's direct right, not lost on Czar. And it looks like Saliba wakes up with pocket threes in the big blind.
Yeah, no, that's it.
And the wheel will be spun. This 85K is going to mean a whole heck of a lot more to Justin Saliba as it represents his tournament life. Tense moments here at the final table of event number 7 of the Poker Masters. King 10-9, the threes. Shriveling. Spade's not an option. And it is 2 outs twice to a W. Close. And now just one pull.
Let's bring in no spot for a sweat.
Not it.
Like guys.
Yeah, dude.
7 of spades will seal Justin Saliba's fate, which was
Good looks like.
given a bit of extension, courtesy of Petrangelo, who didn't try to bust him earlier, very well could have.
This is your
What gives you that impression, Brent? Of course, it's a private school. Does that man look like
I'm
public
on the
school
side.
material?
Yeah, here I am. I mean, look at this place. This is for very. You talk about straight A students, Ollie. This might be the Harvard of New York.
Unclear, but now that you visited the website, I'm sure that those cookies are going to serve you all sorts of college applications. In the meantime, Victoria Livschitz being served a spin of the roulette wheel here by Schulman's pocket nines, which wake up in the big blind and are holding on a 10-7 deuce board. 515K pot needs to go her way if she's going to stay alive, and the 8 of hearts does not help. 3 outs one time, the early rise. But unfortunately,
Playing with you guys. Good luck.
none of that juju. Brings an ace on the river as the board pairs, and in very short order, we lose yet another combatant here at this final table as Livschitz adds $88,000 to her career tournament total of $986,000 coming in. So up and over the 7-figure mark for Victoria. Brought together courtesy of 44 entries, only 7 payouts. And this little suited connector is going to jam for Schulman. And this is kind of that stuff that I was talking about, Brent, that lack of fear. As ripping the small blind with the 8-9. Brewer waking up with the ace-queen. Short stack does dig in. Of course, Schulman's got him handsomely covered, but he would certainly prefer to be hauling in this 890 than watching it slip away from him. And the flop on standby, as is Chris Brewer's fate. King 5-5 is tidy. One spade working. Oh. A filthy 8 of diamonds rolling off on the turn. You see Brewer disgusted, putting his chips forward, recognizing he's the man now with the 6 outs. Can he hit? Now,
Good game, Chris.
showers for Brewer. Certainly on the more emotional side of the spectrum in terms of top tier pros, Brent, and it's a spot we've seen him deal with on so many occasions. At least on this one, it's deep into the money. For
No. I had like
140.
it was like above average for most of like day 3 and 4 and whatever, but not. I wasn't the chip leader.
Safe to say the bet was not between Opie and Schulman. Schulman was made aware of the bet from Opie. I don't know who the bet was against. I don't know the amount, but I'm guessing if Opie was involved, it was quite meaty.
yeah. But I wonder, Schulman just a distaste for Oppenheim revelry, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, he's got a taste for this flop. Look at this, continuing to sizzle. Top pair with the flush draw.
Flush draw indeed. As this 140 from ace-6 followed up upon with a check. And this board texture is so bad for an ace-6 that I think Schulman could have sneezed and gotten Petrangelo off his hand. Instead, he checks back, and we can understand with just so much equity his choice to do so. And then that one card that you don't want to see, the ace of clubs. And Petrangelo with another check, Brent.
Yeah, understandable, of course. Out of position against the great Nick Schulman. Control the pot. Schulman now, he realizes that's a terrible card. I better check back so I can make 3 kings on the river. Well, maybe quite difficult for Petrangelo
320.
to get off of this. Does bet pot with aces up.
I mean, he's obviously doing so, removing King X from the bulk of Schulman's kit as played.
Yeah, and I think that's what Schulman is pondering right now. A knuckled flop, a knuckled turn. He doesn't give me any kings unless it's exactly King X of spades that would have taken this line. So maybe we can eke out some value and target all of the aces.
10 seconds. Call.
Ace.
Kings.
Yeah, content to just flat at that sizing, understandably.
Sure. Maybe a qualifier here for Rast. Facing the button open from the chip leader.
All in.
All in.
Short stack of Rast decides now's the time, and the 2 6s will give Brian Rast a spin. 1.17. Quickly and easily finding its way into the middle. And a 7-3 dog is Rast heading into this one. Now, a wheel draw added to the 3 aces that Rast is on the hunt for, as Petrangelo looks quite comfortable. And now a set of 6s, taking the aces off the board and leaving Rast with just a pullet of 4 to keep his hopes alive here at this final table. And the King of Hearts makes it official. Sporting handshake there. A second one. And Brian Rast will part ways with this FT.
All in.
All in. Call.
Seems
Well-
like a crazy game to play for a lot of money, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Heads up. So,
Ace on ace violence here in
Adam was
Petrangelo.
like, we got at the end of Poker Masters, whatever the 100K was, and I was like, we were like 30 deep or something. Like, chop, and he's just like, nah. And the first hand he defends like 4 pips too loose.
He's just the best. I mean, is he coming? Do you know? Is he coming for super high roll?
He took a huge break. Now he's not coming. He maybe. I don't think he's coming to North America anytime soon, dog.
Yeah.
I think he's enjoying. He got a sweet house in Australia, and he's just doing it.
Good for him.
Not doing it, of course, is this ace-4 offsuited. Was going to say Petrangelo smothered pre-flop here. And now draws to just a chop.
GG, bro.
You too, dude.